Hello and welcome to the program on this Christmas Day. Well, for many, this time of year is all about giving, and this year some very special West Australians have given the most amazing gift of all, life to children who are desperately in need. It's one of Perth's most unique charities, a bike ride across Africa in the searing summer heat. Tonight, Natalie Bonjolo takes us on a journey that's even attracted the attention of mega Kiss star Gene Simmons.
I don't think anything can prepare you for 600 kilometres through the middle of Africa with hills and extreme heat.
They say we're gifts from angels.
Talk about, developed countries having third world hospitals. You need to go and visit a place like Zambia to really appreciate how desperate they really are.
As dawn breaks over Africa, an unlikely group of Australians are about to embark on an extraordinary journey.
It almost brings tears to my eyes that I'm here.
An adventure that will take them from Perth to Zambia, where they'll ride 500 kilometres across the country, from Livingstone to the capital, Lusaka. Home of the spectacular Victoria Falls, Zambia is blessed with beauty, but it's also desperately poor, with little food to feed millions of little mouths.
It's a beautiful country, but it needs so much help.
When Perth businessman Brendan Clark first visited the nation, he felt compelled to help and started his own charity, Health Hope Zambia.
I went there with the vision just to save one life, and I can't tell you how many lives I know I've saved.
He started with a mobile medical clinic, sending decommissioned St John's ambulances to Zambia's remote villages.
I see how thankful these people are for even half a bottle of cough mixture or some kind of Panadol.
He followed up with a school feeding program that caught the attention of a mega rock star. After a chance meeting in Zambia, Kiss frontman Gene Simmons became an ambassador.
He funds one of our school feeding programs, so we're responsible for a couple of 100,000 meals a year.
With his wife Rachel and the little Zambian daughter they've adopted, Malika, they've now gone on to adopt the entire children's malnutrition ward here at Zambia's largest hospital.
We're certainly not going to save every life, but we're going to make a huge impact.
They come from all walks of life: mums, dads, miners, an MP, even WA's former health boss.
I was quite daunted by the thought of getting on there and how sore my backside would be over 500 kilometres.
A regular visitor to Zambia, Dr Neil Fong says the country is struggling to provide health care to millions of needy children.
And malnutrition, of course, is almost 50% of children under 5 in Zambia.
Day one of the bike ride, and the Aussie entourage is led out of town by the local mayor. Passing through village after village, they're given a hero's welcome.
When you go past the kids and every child and villager waves and just smiles, you're just kind of filled with joy yourself and inspired to keep going.
But nothing prepares them for the mob awaiting their arrival at the end of each day.
This clinic has saved a lot of people's lives since we started.
This afternoon, hundreds of locals will be treated at the mobile medical clinic. A qualified nurse, Margaret, will see every condition imaginable.
Diarrheas, coughs, flus, chickenpox.
And with the country in the grip of an HIV epidemic, today they'll test hundreds for the disease.
And when we test that they're HIV, we treat. We immediately commence them if they're positive.
For this young mum and her baby, the clinic's counsellor will give her the bad news.
Very emotional. I found it very hard to control my emotion today.
Back on their bikes, and the riders are struggling up steep, dusty tracks.
Today we had 104 kilometres, mostly off-road, uphill, and headwinds, strong headwinds.
To break up the journey, former footballer Neil Fong brings out the footy.
They've got very little, but they're a really happy people.
Back on bitumen, the riders make an early start to beat the heat. Despite the pilot car, at times the trucks come dangerously close. Leading the pack today is WA MP Tony Booty.
I've got to say that the motivation's become stronger as I've been here every day. The bike ride has been very, very hard, but when you see the dire straits of the need for healthcare in this country, it motivates you to get up every day.
But with another 100 Ks still to go, some are feeling the pinch.
My body is so sore and my bum is a bit precious.
And half the group are suffering with gastro.
I got sick. I took a camp stretcher along with me, so I was the kind of envy of everyone else on the team.
Finally, with the ambulance siren blaring and the Aussie flag flying, they're on the home stretch. After 5 gruelling days, they finally arrive at the hospital, where they're greeted by government ministers and local news crews. 11 West Aussies who answered a call on the other side of the world.
Finishing the ride today, I just can't wait to be more involved in helping make the changes.
Now, for the first time, they see the hospital ward for themselves.
All these cots are going to be moved, and this is going to become the treatment room.
It's a heart-wrenching tour. Mothers whose small children simply haven't enough to eat.
Pretty emotional. I got 2 young kids, and seeing these poor kids.
Run down, dirty, lacking in basic medical equipment. For qualified medical practitioner Dr. Fong, it's a far cry from the conditions at our own children's hospital.
I do get really upset when people criticise the healthcare system that we've got here. Even the existing old hospital, which is old and needs replacing, is absolute luxury compared to what you see in developing countries like Zambia.
Now, thanks to the kindness of strangers, the rundown ward has been transformed. A $250,000 makeover. Money raised by the Perth riders who travelled across the world to fight for the kids who can't fight for themselves.
A lot of them hadn't seen Zambia, they didn't know the conditions, and I'm very overwhelmed that people believed in me and they went there, and now they're making such a difference.